Welcome back. Coming from us to you, starring Christopher Calvert as the main guest today.
First repeat.
It is the official first repeat. We were going to have we won't tell you, we won't spoil it.
No, because
we were going to have a repeat, but we just didn't. We failed to record that day.
You won.
I won. I was the second choice, but
no,
that's okay.
You were the first.
I don't mind it. I'm happy to be here.
Well, there was a day that we were going to record, and you were getting home late from work, and then we were kind of like, we were just not on our A game, and we just decided to.
It's been busy. You've been crushing it at your new job.
Yeah, we've just had lots of things going on.
Yeah.
I mean, we're about to take off for a wedding in less than 24 hours.
It's wedding season, boys.
It is wedding season.
It's kind of hype.
It's kind of late into wedding season.
Yeah, it's true. When was
like
Carter's?
It's spring,
February?
summer, and fall, I feel like. So.
Yeah.
April showers bring May flowers, so I would expect a lot more. I didn't go to
It's
very
more
many
summer
this year.
and fall, I shall say. So we're kind of right in the middle of it.
Yeah.
That's true.
It's a good
That's
call.
accurate.
Fuck, yeah. Weddings are the best. I love weddings.
I think this is my first of the calendar year.
First of the calendar year.
You had Carter's.
Carter's.
Oh, okay, well,
Not the calendar.
aside.
That was calendar
aside
year.
From, yeah.
Sorry, not your company's fiscal year. We understand.
Fiscal.
Yeah.
You're
Fiscal.
locked
I'm
in.
operating in, fiscal years here.
Yeah.
Fuck it. Yeah. Dude, yeah, they're so dangerous for me, though, because I get so happy, and I just, love seeing, especially when you're seeing your boys you haven't seen in forever.
Right.
And then, damn, I just let the liquor get me a little too much
Yeah.
sometimes.
Good crew going too. We're gonna see Niles. I think he's
Niles
newly
is going?
betrothed. Yeah.
Nice. Yes, he is
He is newly betrothed. Yeah.
He
so
had
Niles will be there.
What's it called? Dowry. He's given the dowry.
What's that?
Dowry is like the gift specifically in a wedding setting, usually for a man to the woman.
Oh.
Traditionally, it was like, yo, I want to marry your daughter, and you had to pay the farmers X amount of money because that was one less farmhand on your property.
Oh.
Because back then you would just pump out kids because it was just free labor. But then if somebody got married, you're like, yo, you ain't getting this for free. I need some payment, or you get a horse or a pig.
Interesting.
Yeah. So, anyways, dowry. There's a lesson for the day. But yeah. What are you guys gonna wear? What color suit?
Blue?
I'm also blue.
I'm going blue as well. Let's go.
Yeah.
Let me guess.
Blue.
White shirt, white button up.
I'm going white button.
I'm going white as well.
The base color of my button up is white. Yes.
Base. So you got designs.
There's a second.
Multi-threaded.
Yeah. We employed a couple different fashion elements. So I admittedly I still only have the one suit. I almost bought a second gray suit today while I was at the place that I was, shout out Men's Warehouse, buying my belt because I needed a new belt.
Yeah.
And I almost bought a new suit just so that I could have a second suit, but same suit. It is blue with the loose white pinstripes, the very faint ones. Same one I wore to Carter and Shapiro's weddings.
I'm imagining it. Nice.
So,
that's a good one. It's a classic.
Yeah, it works.
That's the thing about suits is you don't fucking need many.
Right.
I kind of like to piece things together. I've got these nice gray slacks that I just got, and you gotta have the right blazer. But I feel like you can just throw a blazer on with just very common slacks,
sure,
and
sure.
it looks pretty good for a wedding.
For sure,
because you don't need it to look like a suit necessarily, as long as you look nice.
As long as the components that you're wearing are
matching,
match and formal. Yeah,
and
it
for sure.
A big thing is you can't have you know how sometimes with nice clothing, formal attire, there's not a pattern, but sometimes it's lines down, and sometimes slacks are kind of crisscrossed. It's the fabric,
grain of the fabric.
The fabric grain,
sure.
Style has to kind of come together.
Oh, yeah.
That's when you can fuck up mismatching, a not.
I'm always too nervous to mismatch. I just never know. I have one verified way to mismatch, and I can't experiment because I'm so afraid I'll show up and everybody's gonna be like, you can't wear pink pants
those two things
with
together.
a white. Yeah,
right.
What are you doing?
You can't wear stripes on your shorts and polka dots on your shirt, man.
Yeah, bro, you have a tank
strict
top.
rules.
Yeah, exactly.
Sure.
So I always sucked at fashion. I was always insecure. I definitely rolled up to school a couple times and got clowned on for wearing the improper clothing. That'll get you straight. But
that's why you got a girlfriend. You're good.
That's the thing. Now she'll
handle it.
So easy.
And that's honestly, I'm kind of jealous because just being able to have your wardrobe personally curated for you is
for the one person
fantastic.
it matters for. Too.
Right,
It's
exactly.
like, fuck it.
It's just such an outstanding way to do it.
Yeah, and I just first and foremost say comfort. It's got to be comfortable. I'm not going to wear it.
Right.
So now I'm just way more comfortable going about life. But I wear hoodies a little too much when it's a little too hot out.
Oh, dude, I love hoodies.
It's so chill.
Honestly, when it's spring and fall, it's just like, oh, I can wear hoodies as much as I want, and no one will ask any questions.
Yeah, and if they did ask you a question, you could probably karate chop them right in the clavicle. And just
Right,
say,
because they don't have any protection from a hoodie.
Exactly. You get cushioned all the time. You have that hood there.
Right.
I went crazy, I think like 3 seasons ago. I think it was going after summer into fall and winter. I was like, dude, I'm stocking up. I bought like 6 different hoodies.
Fuck yeah.
And they're expensive. Like, you
Dude,
can drop a
hoodies
nice
aren't cheap.
$80
Yeah.
on a hoodie.
For sure.
So I was like, all right, this is going to be my big purchase of the year clothing-wise. I'm just going to go all out on hoodies.
Fuck yeah.
Set me back, but they're still in rotation today. So
That's
There you go.
huge.
they last a long time.
Yeah. My issue is I lose track of shit so much. I have like 3 things on the top of my head right now. I'm like, where the fuck are
Every time I do my laundry, I walk all of 8 steps from my room to my fucking washer and dryer.
It's within your unit.
I
right?
always
that's
lose
nice.
shit, dude. I don't understand.
Yeah,
And I
it's
would
crazy.
assume it's like sometimes through laundry, but like I would say I lose like 10 articles of clothing a year. Easy.
That's-
Yeah.
Easy.
I lose a lot of hats, which is the saddest part because I
Yeah.
love my hats.
Yeah.
I lost the best hats, but it's just me being a drunk idiot. Like, and I just sit back and my hat falls off and I never pick it up.
I don't know that I've ever. That's like one of the big mainstream problems that I don't feel like I've ever had was losing clothes or like clothes disappearing. Like
Oh.
You're
when
so
we lived in
lucky.
the house, sure, shit would go missing all the time.
Right,
Like,
that's one thing.
Not surprised. For a little bit, like when I was traveling afterwards for a while, like you forget something somewhere, whatever. Like that's like fine, but like I just don't understand like how you. I mean, clearly either of you don't either, but how you
don't
lose
know.
shit like that because it's just.
I'm still looking for the answer.
Yeah.
It's
Well,
horrible.
if you find it along with the rest of those clothes you lost, let us know.
I think I just need to minimize my wardrobe. I
I have a
don't need
lot of
that
shit
much.
that I just like. It sits in the baskets that I've all my stuff
Yeah, at the
organized in,
bottom.
and it just like the same 10 t-shirts rotate, and then the 25 that I have underneath never get seen. And
Same. And that's when you know when you have to do the laundry. You're like, I'm not wearing that shirt,
right,
so I have to
well,
do
it
laundry
looks like
now.
it's time for a load of laundry.
Yeah, those poor shirts. They're sitting down there so pissed.
know.
Well, fuck them.
Man,
We should send our clothes to Africa.
you got to be a little, maybe a little more minimalistic. And it's like every time I get rid of something, it's just straight to Salvation Army,
That's good.
which is like good, but also if you think about it, it's kind of like the modern Americans garbage dump so that they don't feel bad about throwing things away.
Dude, that's so funny you say that. When Ian Akers moved here back like the first or second year after college, first night he came here was a Wednesday. And I was like, dude, let's hang out. Like, I'll show you around, I guess. And we went to Wicker. We went over to Milwaukee Street, and we went into this bar, and they were doing stand-up, open mic. Ian fucking went up, dude.
Oh, no.
Ian fucking went up on stage, and he gave this whole spiel. This is why I bring it up.
It's got to
About
tie back to
Sal-
Salvation
The
Salvation
Army.
Salvation
Army?
Army.
I was like, where'd this come
He
from?
said Goodwill, but he's like, Goodwill is like a recycling program. Like,
It
you
is.
Yeah, he's like, I can't remember the punchline at all, but it was funny, and like he did well. I laughed extra hard loud, but there was like 10 people in the room. I was like, you have balls going up
Did he
there.
do like just like a couple jokes, or did he
One
do like
joke,
a full? Okay,
60
so
seconds.
That's kind of cool,
People
dude.
were
We
doing
should go
60
back
seconds.
to that place.
It was. I would
Do you
love
remember
to
what
go.
it was called?
No, but I could find it. I could ID it.
We should
Yeah, we should.
absolutely
Visually.
go there.
Yeah.
That'd be a
There's-
fun, different little thing to do.
I would love to go to more like open mics and shit like that.
That'd be fun.
because you know one of us is gonna get up there if you get enough
I would crack a
beers.
joke.
I'd definitely get up there.
I've got a really good one that my father gave me, and I butcher it every time. So I need to like,
Yeah, you dial it in.
I need to link up with him and like actually talk it through. It's like one of those. It takes longer than 60 seconds, I'd say, to run through the full joke. I used to know it in college pretty well, but like I would want to present that one on an open mic night.
That'd be good.
Nice. I heard a. I'm not going to tell this joke on there. Sorry. I'll tell
Maybe
you
next
guys.
time.
Yeah, I'm just going to save
It
myself.
might just
there.
be more editing to do
Yeah,
if you do.
It's just more work.
We need to take advantage of zanies more.
I've been ripping.
I mean,
dude. I've been ripping it.
We did a good job at going to Laugh Factory quite a bit. I mean,
Okay.
there was probably a calendar year where we went 5 times, 6
Laugh
times.
Factory's up
Yeah.
on Broadway in Lakeview, right?
Yeah, it's just by me where I'm currently at. So we would go there. I have never been to Zany's. I've never been to Second City. Like, I need to go. I just need to get out there and watch more comedy.
Dude, yeah. We should definitely go to Second City. We went, and Kate got called up on stage. It was so funny, dude.
That's like one of my biggest fears.
Oh, yeah.
Is getting
She was so
called
nervous.
out
I've been picked on
in
heavily.
the middle of the crowd. I always make sure to try to like request to sit in the
Yeah.
back or like where I'm not.
Dude, that's the
in
thing. We were all the way on the very, very back
Oh,
row against
no.
the wall.
So
and he
maybe-
came down. We're all like, fucking Logan was there. And Logan's like, Kate. And then everybody fucking was like, yo, like
Oh,
Kate. And
no.
Kate felt so awkward. And I knew it and I felt bad.
Oh,
But
there's
she went up there.
nothing
She
you can
crushed
do,
it.
man.
She crushed it. It was this game where like, so the show was like 2 teams of like 5 comedians each. And there were all these mini games. And basically like they got scores and then there was a scoreboard. It was all like theatrical. But the game was like, there was a topic and somebody would have to beatbox, and Kate was pretending that she was listening to like her iPod. The game was called Shuffle.
Uh-huh.
So whenever it was a joke rap, whenever it got bad, Kate had to go next, and she was like started nexting all these random people. It was really funny.
I could see
That's good.
Kate being a good sport about it and also just doming once she gets up there.
Yeah, she definitely steps up to the plate.
She's good at a lot of things. I feel like she's a natural.
She definitely is a natural when she lets herself do it. for
Like
sure.
out of any element, like I would just get so like self-conscious. But
Oh,
I feel
I'd
like she
clam
would
up
just
and
be like, "Fuck it."
instantaneously.
Fuck it.
No chance you're getting me up there.
Oh, dude, my voice would crack.
I'd get thrown out before I went on that stage.
You mind handing
For
me
sure.
a little Modelo?
I got you.
Friend of the pod, sponsor us.
Modelo.
Sponsor of the pod.
I think
Sponsors.
Modelo is now the
Gracias.
highest selling beer
In America.
since the Bud
Dethroned
Light
Bud
thing.
Light. We forgot about the.
But the thing is,
Finch also.
Anheuser-Busch owns both.
Yeah, I know.
So
And
They're still winning.
Anheuser-Busch is no longer, it's Belgian owned.
is
really?
it?
Anheuser-Busch is not majority ownership of by an American company.
Damn.
It's Belgian.
Didn't
Fucking
know that.
Belgians. They love their
They
Belgian
love their
beers.
beer. Yeah, for
Belgium.
sure. They we another place that we should go, kind of off topic, but similar in the theatrical essence is. Have you ever heard of Batsu over here? Right on.
Is that the game show?
Yeah, it's hosted at Kamehachi, but it is the concept of Batsu. They host one at this restaurant right over here on Wells.
Yeah,
at
yeah.
Kamehachi.
Yeah, I would totally go.
we should do that. I
I've
feel
eaten
like
at
that'd be fun.
Kamehachi, but I haven't
Pretty
seen
cool.
the
Done
Batsu.
the Batsu,
Yeah.
yeah.
I would love to.
The Batsu would be fun.
All it says on the sign is Japanese game show.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Have you done one?
I haven't been there. I've got a few coworkers, and more recently, a good friend of ours had some company in town visiting them, and they went, and she actually won. So she got free tickets, and because I recommended that they go there, they gave me one of those tickets, and I haven't been able to use it. I just got the ticket like last week or on the 4th or something, but I have not been. I've heard very good things about it. It looks like it would be a lot of fun.
How long is the show? You know?
2-3 hours, maybe 1 to
Whoa.
2 hours. I could be wrong. I mean, we do have these wonderful
I
computers
know,
right
I
here.
just-
Someone could slap a quick Google, but
I'm entering producer mode.
again, I don't have the personal experience, so I can't say whether or not what time is the correct amount of time allocated to the show. So I don't know.
What is the Batsu show again? I missed
Batsu.
Batsu is a category of Japanese game show. It's like a style of quick.
Okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
I missed you.
A
explaining
Batsu
that.
game, meaning penalty game, is a common element in Japanese owari stage comedy and variety shows. The name comes from Batsu, meaning both punishment and X as an incorrect answer. I don't fucking know what that means. I get it, but that was really
Like you
poorly
get it wrong,
written.
you get punished.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the X thing was weird. Yeah, that's cool. I would love to do one of those. That sounds really fun.
That would be fun.
That reminds me of Lands. Remember Lands?
Oh my.
Lands was fucking nuts, dude.
Those synapses are firing up there because that's a jump. But I understand how you got there.
You know what I mean? The dude was walking around fucking pouring shots in your mouth.
That dude was
That was
crazy.
a legitimate lawless place. Like when I
think
think
it's
of
shut down now.
oh,
It shut down in COVID,
No,
and-
they
He moved.
They
though.
relocated.
Yeah.
Oh,
They-
so
they-
he's still alive?
He's like west of the fucking river now.
Dude,
like right on the river.
Yeah.
He's at like Elston at that
Probably
chaotic.
not too far from Azul.
It's right up the street.
We should have stopped in there after.
Oh,
Our
that would have
boys.
been crazy. Yeah, he's right over there.
Maybe we'll do
Remember
that
where
for my
that?
B-Day.
that Clybourn train station was for
Yeah.
the metro,
Yeah.
right by where you guys used to live.
I used to get off
Yeah.
it coming
So
back.
if you walked, instead of going up Ashland, if you walked down that side street right there that like went through
North of
Ashland
the-
and Elston.
Okay. Yeah.
So
yeah,
like
yeah.
let's say you're looking
kind of by
you're-
the salt shed.
kind of.
Well, salt shed's on Elston.
So if you're
right?
looking north up Ashland and then Elston comes diagonally this way,
Sure.
it's a side street that like goes through Elston. So you're like kind of almost on a street that's going northeast.
So he's there.
Yes.
Have you
But
been?
he's there. I haven't. I was randomly driving through to avoid traffic and I saw it and I was like, that.
Is it called Lands?
It's called Lands. Well, not Old Town, but it's still called
We should
Lands.
go tonight.
Lands.
We should go to fucking night.
Shit, we would
That's
not be
aggressive.
making flights tomorrow.
Well, luckily for you guys, you can get on a plane. I'm driving 6 hours.
You are
so
driving?
I'm driving.
Yeah, boy.
Most people are. They're all giving me shit for fucking flying.
Most
Honestly,
people are
I'm not
driving?
gonna lie. I in
Why?
bed on Tuesday night. I got on the United app on my
Of course
phone,
you
You
did.
checked it out?
Yeah.
and it's like it's just. But for me personally, like
What's
when
it
we
going
took
for now?
for a round trip at a reasonable time, no layovers, it was $4.98.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's crazy. Yeah, don't do that.
Absolutely
on your
not. I was like,
points,
I don't have points like that, unfortunately.
That's a lot of points. That's like 80,000 points.
It was. Well, actually, it wasn't that much. It was
okay.
only because I did check because I've got like some miles, but
Is it
like
45,000 miles?
right about yeah. But
The old.
I was
10
like,
one.
Promo.
I'm just like, it was right at the cusp of like tolerable driving distance for me because when I was younger, when we would take family vacations, we didn't fly, and I think
Oh, for
part
sure.
of it was because we liked to see the country, I guess, for whatever reason. Not to say that there aren't beautiful places in the country because there are a lot of them, but I also think it was just like a financial thing, like because
Oh, for sure.
airfares wasn't then and is now still not cheap.
Right.
But all of our vacations, we would vacation in New Jersey with family friends, and we had just a straight family vacation where we went down to the Hard Rock in Orlando, drove to that.
We drove everywhere as well.
I think, but it's
Same.
like all of the trips that we would drive were like
They're good family trips
12
to drive.
20 hours, so it's not really. It's like
I
5.5,
hear ya.
whatever, easy.
I
quick.
thought about driving,
Here's the thing.
but here's the thing. I get to wake up tomorrow, fucking take an Uber to the airport. I'm gonna fucking pull up to I'm bellying up at a beer at a bar. I'm gonna have a fucking morning beer.
Morning
Yes.
beer
I
at the
might
airport. What time's your
go
flight?
crazy. Flight's at 9:45.
Okay.
So I'll get dude, when I go to the airport and I start like my weekend vacation or however long, I like to get to the airport early and
Same.
like I would rather get
sure.
to the airport early, have a couple beers, than like show up at the perfect time and walk on my flight.
fuck
like
that.
I like getting
Do you
there,
have
getting
pre-check?
excited.
Are you a pre-check guy?
I
am.
have it, but so I have it with my credit card and I haven't signed up for it. I have
Okay.
global entry.
Do it. It's so
I know,
worth it.
I know. But
Oh, you have
thankfully-
global
Is that
entry?
with like a United
You
card,
have
like the
TSA
Chase?
pre-check though. It's all one.
I know.
It's done.
Global entry is better. It includes pre-check.
It
Yeah,
includes
so you're good.
pre-check,
You're
yeah.
done.
I haven't gone through the interview and the process.
It's super easy.
Did you do the global entry?
I
interview?
have no. I
Oh,
haven't.
oh, I
like
thought you
I
did
have
that.
access to it for
Got
free
it.
through my card. I'm
Damn.
lazy.
It's
so
also
before the
pretty
next big
cheap, right?
international trip.
It's
It's like
$200.
seven- oh,
for like
for global
three,
entry.
for like 3 years.
Well,
It's like
TSA is like 175, but like the trick is if you get global, you get TSA pre-check.
right. So you might
No
as
matter
well
what,
do that.
you might as well get global.
Yeah, but global. I mean, how much international?
A lot.
You
At
guys
least
are
once a
doing
year.
it,
I mean, yeah.
at least
I
once a
mean,
year.
we've done Europe and Asia in the last
Thailand,
3
yeah.
years. Well, 4 years now. But
we got March. You gonna come on March? We're going Singapore,
Oh,
Vietnam,
Vietnam and
Malaysia.
Malaysia. No. God,
Bali.
I'm all over. Indonesia. And
Indonesia.
Vietnam.
Yeah,
If it was
it's-
Singapore, 100%. I want to go to Singapore.
Singapore?
so badly.
Randall
It's
put a
super-
whole fucking
Singapore was on there.
Yeah, he put a whole slideshow together. It
We-
was
we
so
looked at-
fucking funny.
We looked at multiple cities in Japan. We looked at Seoul, South Korea. We looked back at Thailand. I looked into Cambodia. We looked at Indonesia, the Philippines, Malaysia. I looked
Vietnam,
at Singapore,
obviously.
and then obviously Vietnam.
Interesting.
Yeah, I looked at them all.
I'll look.
And they're
I'll
all
look.
amazing
Who's all
places.
going?
Well, hopefully so far, just our current international crew, which was Jim,
Matt.
Ian, Matt, Yaz, and I.
Okay.
Yeah.
That would be.
Here's the thing: girls are trying to get included, so I need to know how to handle that conversation. We can talk off air about it.
Yeah.
But,
That might not be a podcast convo, but
yeah, no, exactly. But
all
we
right.
got to buy tickets soon. The tickets are now.
I'm down.
They're the lowest, like 7-8 months out.
Fuck yeah.
And it's crazy that we're getting.
How much are they? Are
So
they still
they're-
like 1,000?
Probably
So
1,000.
the thing
That
is,
part of the
no,
the
they're a
continent?
little cheaper. The
Globe?
thing is, we buy.
Oh, really?
We'll buy one ways because we're not coming home from where we fly to.
Oh, right.
So like, you can get a ticket to the northern city in Vietnam, Hanoi, for like, I think when they're cheap, it's like $800, $750.
Okay.
So there's like 2 big $800 flights, and then there's like 1 or 2 $100 flights.
Right.
In between.
Just between.
But yeah.
Little puddle jumpers.
Similar to Thailand, we dropped.
Like
I think we dropped about 1,800 on flights to and from Thailand. I mean, it was 6 flights in
But
total.
that's-
we
everything
booked
else
pretty
is
soon.
pretty-
We booked with not a lot of time.
Did we? Did we
We were
not
like
plan it
3
well?
months out,
Okay.
which is pretty tight for an international flight.
Did everything else though is pretty cheap, right?
Semi. Like you can
Depends
go
on where you
about
are.
it cheaply.
Bali's going to be expensive.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
pretty
it's-
gentrified and
It's so the gentrification there creates high prices in
Right.
certain aspects, but it is still like Thailand, where like I think the ratio is even more advantageous for Americans, the currency ratio,
the old exchange.
than Thailand's currency. So
Mm.
it'll
But-
go a long way, but yeah, they're big touristy places.
Do where do you normally lodge when you're there? Do you guys do like hostels or all inclusives or like just a standard hotel?
When we did Thailand, we did
Pretty much
2
hotels.
Airbnbs and 2 hotels.
Yeah.
Yaza was wanting to. Yaza just wanted to
I
get
have to
there, and
revisit the hostel.
I was
Laugh.
like,
he just wanted to sleep in a fucking hammock on the beach, dude.
dude, I was like, yeah, we don't need to book anything. We don't need to book anything.
Oh
We
my-
roll up to this island, nothing booked. Jim is having a panic attack.
And we get the
He's
nicest
like,
hotel
I'm
on the
not
island.
sleeping in a hostel. I'm not sleeping on the beach. I'm like, chill out. Like, we're fine.
Yeah, that's
I'm
a-
glad that Jim like took the reins and like ended
We
up
got
booking
that
stuff.
nice ass place.
If there's one
Bangkok,
thing
that
that
was
you
awesome.
can count on Jim for, it's making sure that you have at least 4-star lodging wherever you go.
Yeah, it's pretty sweet. I'm not gonna complain about it. It was awesome. It was
That-
definitely the way to do it.
that place
Yeah.
we ended up at was awesome.
Yeah, we were
And
like 56
so-
floors up or something.
Yeah, we showed up
Wow.
to PP Island without. No, in PP Island
P-
we didn't have a
PP
hotel.
Island?
No, it was an Airbnb from an oil baron.
No, that was Phuket.
Oh, that was Phuket.
Well, the first one,
Yeah.
the aircon guy, that was Phuket. Then we go to PP. When we get to PP, we don't have a place booked. So then we ended up walking around, and we stayed at that close hotel to
Yeah.
where we
We had that little
dropped
pool
off.
right in the.
We had the cool
Yeah,
pool,
that
and
was
then when
cool.
we got to Krabi, we had something booked, and right when we got off the ferry onto the mainland, Jim's like, "We're in the Uber, we're in a taxi," and Jim's like, "Yo, they canceled. They canceled my reservation." So we just get to the town we were going to, like we finally get to the same area that we were going to, and we fucking sat down at a restaurant,
Yep.
pulled up our phones, and then we ended up walking to a hotel, which ended up being okay.
I'm failing to remember that. Place
There were some
was
rolling
in it.
blackouts. That was where we had the rolling blackouts in the hotel room, and it was hot, and we couldn't find any AC.
I don't really remember.
That was like the only time I was actually like, all right, it's a little hot for me.
Yeah.
Because it's fucking night or day. It's full sweat mode over there.
Oh, you're sweating at
like,
all moments.
That's why it's kind of nice to get a nice hotel, is just, you can rely on the aircon.
for sure. I mean, that's a big reason why like shopping centers in like Thailand or like specifically Bangkok, they have huge shopping centers like malls, specifically because they have aircon.
Yeah.
Air conditioning. So when they roll up,
Yeah, what do you people
Aircon,
doing
air
here? Aircon?
conditioning.
Is it too much to say conditioning for you?
It's a joke.
that's how they call it there. But they'll attract so much business because people are hot as fuck.
They just
Yeah.
want to cool off.
And they just go hang out in the mall and buy
Go
shit.
shop, and then you'll spend $10.
Oh, they have
Right.
like 4 or 5 like huge like 250 stores in the mall. It's insane.
Wow.
It's
Wow.
they're like the size of the Coliseum. It's fucking
We
crazy.
didn't get to one in Bangkok. I don't think we did.
Nah, it's not really worth it. We were spending our
I just
time-
figured
time
we'd stumble upon one. We went to so many parts of the city. I thought we'd come
for sure.
across one. But
Bangkok's so fucking big.
Sounds so
dude.
much fun. I want to go
place is
I want to go to a lot of places in Asia, but
Well, we'll do
Singapore,
that.
Thailand,
Singapore,
Japan
Thailand,
are
yeah.
my
Come
top
with.
3.
We looked at
Come with.
Osaka and Tokyo.
Yeah.
It looks amazing, dude. And there's so much to do around their food culture.
Yes.
Like, just so many different ways to experience eating and drinking over there. It looked awesome. And I'm still kind of like, I would like to go, but I think Vietnam and Indonesia offer 2 drastically different things. That's like kind of the Southeast Asian city vibes in Hanoi and Ho Chi Minh. and then we get to do the island life down in Indonesia. So to me, it's best of both worlds.
That
If we
was
would have
what I
done,
liked, yeah.
if we would have done Japan, it's like it's really cool, but it's all metropolitan.
Yeah, it's
all
pretty-
metropolitan. Whereas like there's places in Vietnam we can go fucking like on to floating markets on rivers and like have someone take us around. Yeah, it's just so much more. It's city, but then we'll get island and like jungle vibes
I
as
like
well,
the
similar
mix.
to Thailand. So Southeast Asia is just
Sounds-
the place, dude.
I'm fucking
I
all
might
about
go,
it.
man.
We got.
Southeast Asia
You
is the
should.
best
Why
place.
wouldn't you?
Do you have dates picked out?
March.
So there's one day in early April, I believe. I'd like to go late March into early April,
Okay.
but there's one day that is I think it's an Indonesian holiday. It might be Balinese. I'm not sure. But it's a day of silence. So, like, you're not even
Nobody
really
talks?
supposed to go. No, you're not even supposed to go outside.
What?
You're supposed to remain at home, and it's like a very solace, ritual day.
Yeah.
And so there's travel tips not to travel there on that day unless you're okay with
Not talking.
dropping a day because you stay at home.
Isn't
So-
that fucking hilarious though that we could roll up there, have no idea about this,
Yeah.
and like
You want to make
the
sure.
streets are empty.
Because
You're
it's
like, yo,
disrespectful.
what's going on? It's like a zombie. You're like, we just get off a plane. You're like,
That would be crazy.
all right. You see one person. You're like, hey, what's going on? And they like, ugh, and like run away from you. Like, oh my god, we'd be so confused, just totally not knowing what day that was.
Yeah, no. I mean, I think it's up there in terms of the easy to find travel tips to the area, but
Yeah.
something I would, if we spend, I think we're hoping to do 5 full, maybe like 6 days in Bali. So if it was one of the days, especially in the middle, nice recovery day, we'll talk inside of our hotel or Airbnb.
Yeah.
But like, I wouldn't want to go outside
I wouldn't talk to you
because
guys.
like merchants wouldn't be open, and
You would talk on the day of silence inside. I would never.
well, I don't practice their heritage if it's a heritage thing or if
fucking
it's a
around.
religion thing.
I'm joking around.
I
But
was like, what are you gonna do? Read
I'd be
all day?
yapping.
could you
I'd be
imagine
yapping.
us 5 or 6 were just sitting in our hotel room, just like
You know who might not talk?
respecting the holiday?
East.
Yeah.
East.
Obviously,
Respectfully.
East would not talk the entire day.
Respectfully.
Respectfully.
He'd have his AirPods in though.
I can
Yeah,
look
maybe
it
listen
up.
to Drake, maybe a little J. Cole. Something nice. God, dude, that was so funny about the Thailand trip is we got back.
Niepi. Sorry, it's
And-
called Niepi.
Yappy.
And
Oh,
it's
It's a holiday.
it's March 22nd, so
Oh,
we should be good.
2 days before my
Relatively
birthday.
to go
avoidable.
late March, then into early April should be fine.
That'd be
But
good.
What were you saying? Sorry.
East in Thailand, I think. Maybe.
East, so we got back from Thailand, and East is like, yeah, I gotta catch a flight later today. I'm like, what? He's like, oh yeah, I'm going to this
Oh, the
all
retreat.
silent retreat.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
And I'm like, really?
He
So
said he really liked it.
he said he really liked it. It's kind of like you pay as you pay what you're willing to pay. So I think the whole weekend was like $1,500, but East just paid half, or I don't know, but still, it's like a lot
It's
of
like
money.
an
to,
honor system.
Yeah, honor system thing. But yeah, he said he really learned a lot from it. It was pretty crazy. So
I don't
I don't
think I
know.
could be alone with my thoughts for that long.
yeah, I think
If I'm
that's-
being
yeah,
completely
I
honest.
think that's what it's all about. So
I know.
yeah, not the place to have a panic attack. I'd probably have one.
Well, that's the thing. Like, if I think about when the last time I was just like,
Not thinking.
the last extended amount of time that I was just like alone with my thoughts, I couldn't even tell you. Like, sure, 30 minutes before I fall asleep every night, but like,
Yeah, it's a dangerous time.
it can be for sure.
So I'm reading a little bit more about Niepi, which is
Okay.
it is a Balinese
What do you
tradition.
need to know about Niepi?
So it's not. I guess it's not like an Indonesian thing. It's just like Balinese.
Oh.
It does say for full 24 hours, and it also resets the Balinese calendar, or maybe the whole
Sick. So it's,
Indonesian calendar.
so it's New Year's.
Basically. So it could be cool to be there around then. But it says
That sucks.
all the island's lights are turned off for 24 hours. Transport comes to a halt, and it does say everyone must stay at home. So like it would be cool to be there and experience the island and do things when you can't like talk or communicate. But like for a full day of just staying at home,
Right.
I feel like it's one you'd want to avoid.
Yeah.
Right. Especially, for international travel, like the whole point of going anywhere that you don't live is to be able to have the opportunity
Experience it.
to explore, to indulge,
So
to
not even be able to go to the
immerse
beaches
yourself
and
in the
stuff.
culture. Right. See the sights.
Let's avoid
You
that
can't-
day.
Yeah.
Well, thankfully, hopefully, we'll be at Vietnam at that time.
Nice.
Are you
then-
starting in the? Do you have like a plan to start
Plan
in one or
is
the other?
Hanoi, Ho Chi Minh City,
Okay.
aka Saigon, and then you go down to Bali, and then hopefully from Bali we're gonna
Can I
take a
get
little
that sound effect one more time?
take a little ferry over to these 3 islands. They're called like Los Treños. No, it's something weird. And there's 3 little islands that are like PP. They don't have any automobiles, no roads.
Yeah,
It's
the
just
best.
walking traffic.
Perfect.
So we're gonna hit
Interesting.
these 3 little islands and then
Okay.
go back to Bali. And then Bali has like really good flights from Bali to like I think it's Seoul, and then Seoul to Chicago.
Fuck me up, dude. I might make a whole day in Seoul.
I mean, I wouldn't want to. I'd rather have the extra day in Bali to go to those 3 small islands.
No,
but-
yeah, that's true.
I mean, we wanted to do Seoul's awesome. It's enticing.
Maybe a fat layover.
Why don't we just add another week to the trip and go to like
You want to? Yeah. Let me
Seoul or
just quit my job too.
Dude, yeah, we got Dom
I travel
Kim.
so much if I could, man.
yeah.
Oh, I mean, fuck. That's all I do.
I don't get shit for time off at my company. But before we get off track here, or I guess on to a different topic, did you see the name of that website?
I did, and I just exited out of it.
You didn't? It was Honeycombers.
What
like
is
like beachcombers, but with honey.
like beachcombers, like the find
Yeah.
out thing?
Yeah.
Honeycombers. Is it? Is
I'm
honey?
not gonna lie, I had a mental moment there where I thought that was the actual name of the party, and then you reminded me that it wasn't. we can cut that part out.
No, I know what you're saying. That's pretty good.
It was spelled the same way too. Combers. Yeah.
What an dude.
What did that even? You know what?
Do you know
I need a moment.
For a good part of my life,
Like
I
no.
thought that, you know what, like a cone, like an ice cream cone, or like specific. I was in 5th
Are you
grade.
saying like cone or
Comb,
comb?
C-O-N-E.
Like honeycomb?
Yeah, but I would say
MB?
comb, MB, because my fucking teacher sucked, and she said it cone. She was like, yeah, it's field day. She's like, all right, field day, you're gonna run around cones, and I was
Field
like, what's
day.
a cone? And she's like, cone, and I'm like, comb your hair. Fucking fucked me up forever, dude. I would confuse the two for like years.
You had a Pam situation.
Totally. Fucking Miss Gordon. She was actually great. She got promoted and ended up doing good.
Dude,
But
field day for me was basically like, I call it King's Day back
Sure.
in high school.
Yeah.
Grade school. Because I was a fucking athletic freak of nature. So I would win every event that I touched.
penny
So
drop? How'd you do in the penny drop?
anything and everything, I just had the competitive nature to get it done.
Tug of war is where fucking, that's where you got your girls, though.
I don't know if there's a lot of religious listeners, but I was basically Jesus back then. No,
Dude,
field day was
rocks.
awesome. It was fucking so fun.
That was the best day of the year, dude.
Wasn't it always like during the last week?
Yeah, it was like
as
towards
well?
the end.
It was
You're
always like May 4th.
Summer's around the corner. Dude, we had firemen show up at field day one day.
We had a fire truck pull at one of ours.
Fuck yeah.
Like not for us, but
Oh.
like the fire department would.
They pulled their own truck.
It was kind of cool.
Damn, they're like that's like prosin, dude. They're like selling themselves.
No, it was. I mean, it was entertaining.
I-
It was middle school though, or elementary
For
school
sure.
or something.
No,
So it's
I'm
like,
totally joking around.
they're
I
trying to
don't
make
think they're-
firefighting look cool.
Yeah, which it is, obviously.
Which, sorry, that came out very wrong. Firefighting, any first responders are extremely cool, but
We're
it was
definitely
just
pro
like-
first responder on this podcast.
Absolutely, I don't.
You got it
wanna-
right the first time,
I
right?
don't want to come across as a non-supporter.
No,
That was not
nobody.
what I meant.
Nobody questioned.
Like
you
that. That
ever.
was we'll take a step back. We'll rewind and say that was like early recruitment for firefighters. It's like let's have them come out and pull a
There you
fire
go.
engine because it looks badass when you're a
That
kid.
is sick.
Right. Exactly. So
Being a fireman would be sick. I mean, you're basically in a fraternity, which is awesome. As long as you like the guys that are in your house,
right.
As long as you can bro down with them
the
and
fire
trust them.
station.
And then also accept that you have to go, put yourself in harm's way and immense danger at
That's
any
the
given
thing
moment.
is like, I'm cool with danger, but like fucking burning alive, man, that's a tough way to
Ooh,
go out.
all right. This is a perfect segue. Burn alive or drowned?
Burn alive. Drown.
They say it's the most peaceful death.
They say it's
Drowning.
the most peaceful death.
Drowning.
What about
And they say,
yeah, because drowning is like suffocation, right?
yeah,
Oh,
but then
yeah.
at a point you get euphoric because you're so oxygen deprived
Oh, yeah.
that you have a moment of euphoria before dying.
I don't know. That would just be tough. I always like to ask. Actually, I'd like to hear your answer.
Okay.
No, to
Oh,
that
to
one.
that
And
question.
then-
Oh,
and then
drowning.
I'll
Drowning,
ask.
for sure.
then I'll ask.
I thought you were segueing into another
said
question.
drowning.
No, drowning.
So-
Because, I can't imagine physically being on fire. Like, I get too hot just sitting
Yeah.
most of the
Think
time.
about your skin melting.
So it's like, that doesn't.
Oh, it's a
sound
bad way to go
enjoyable
out.
to me.
I
And
always
then you're
like.
just like physically starting to suffocate in a different way from the literal smoke from not only the fire, but
That's
your
true.
literal burning flesh. And it's like, oh, that's a great time. Anyway,
That's true.
but that's my answer. Sorry for the confusion.
Drowning would suck, though, honestly.
I always like to ask very similar question, which was like, would you rather die in the Sahara Desert, like you're just hot, basically of heat exhaustion, but whatever it may be, in the heat, or
Thirst.
on the top of an ice of like a mountain and die of basically freezing? So hotter cold death is what I'm at.
See,
Probably cold.
adverse for me on that one. I would also go cold.
I'd go hot.
Wow.
I do
Really?
think about being on the top of a fucking
Dude.
mountain tip and you're just sitting there. You can't feel anything. You're
That's
frozen.
the thing. You can't feel anything. If you're in the desert, you're going to feel that sunburn,
I'd rather,
bro. You're going to be sunburned as
hallucinate.
shit.
I'd rather have hallucinations just fucking walking through the sand.
Die of sunburn?
skin
You're okay
boiling?
dying of sunburn?
I would rather die trying to make it to a water source than sitting on a mountain peak just like frozen to death.
That's where you're wrong. I take bark from a redwood tree. Beautiful specimen. I just fucking ride it down the mountain
No,
to safety.
you're going to die regardless. That's the question.
Handmade toboggan.
You just
Redwood boy. You're dying on your way down.
That's a Dwight Schrute answer. Wrong. False. I take the nearest redwood tree. I skin it. I ride the skin of the redwood tree down the mountain.
Someone's
I have
here.
no idea who that could be. You guys
Are
continue.
you expecting
You're
packages?
getting FaceTimed right now.
It's probably Bergman then.
Bergman, main method of communication is FaceTime.
FaceTime and show up at your place unexpectedly. Unexpected.
We got a new guest.
Got a guest.
Coming live from the pod.
What up, Maui
What's up,
Jim?
Spencer?
Fucking Bergman was just FaceTiming me, so I'm like, oh, it's Bergman. I see you. That's funny.
Sorry to disappoint, huh?
Help yourself. There's some over here. Get some beers.
Yeah.
Fridge or-
Right here.
Can you hand me one too?
So I have another question for you. I'll wait for Yaza to get resituated here. But
Locked in.
I always love to ask this question because it's such a conversation starter. Would you rather fight one horse-sized duck or 100 duck-sized horses?
Like
I love this question. Let me just say that
One
first.
horse-sized duck
I can
or
put that thing down.
100 duck-sized horses?
No weapons, just bare hand combat.
You can do. Yes, let's for to add a little bit of context. You're not well equipped with weapons. You're not like there's no other criteria for it. Like it's just would you rather fight one horse-sized duck or 100 duck-sized horses?
Killing 100 duck-sized horses would be so sad. The emotional
You have
toll
to-
is something you
You
gotta
have
think
to
about.
think though, like a duck, what this big?
Dude, they're dinosaurs, bro. They'll fucking quack your head off.
Well, hold on.
let the man finish.
Sorry.
A duck, I was at first thinking like rubber duckies, like fucking stepping on these things.
No, a
If you give a duck basically the size of a duck, the horsepower that a stallion has,
Thank you, somebody
100 of those are going
understands.
to be like, dude, I can't kick these away.
And 100 of
Yeah.
them. That's the thing. I think people misunderstand
I'll
or
take
like
the
just
duck
when you
down.
try to when people try to visualize a duck. I don't think they realize how big a duck is, and when you combine that with the compactness and the musculature of a horse,
Yeah, it'd be like 100
they trying
wiener
to-
and
dogs.
there's 100 of them.
It'd be 100 wiener
well, you're not
dogs.
fighting them for fun.
I
So
don't know how you kill a duck that's the size of a horse.
I know how to kill anything that breathes. Fucking choke it out.
Dude, that beak will chomp your fingers off.
That beak,
bro,
ain't
but
touching me.
you also got ducks have webbed feet. So like you neutralize
Gross.
one of its webbed feet, and like what is it gonna do?
Tell me, in a
Then
step-by-step
you can put
fashion,
it in
how
a-
do you neutralize a web foot?
The scary part is when it
That's a
starts to
great
fly.
question. I don't know. Step on it really hard. I mean, we're talking contextually. There's no weapons, right? So
yeah.
I don't know. Snap it. Step on it with. I mean, it's such a large. Now that I think about this, it's like so much surface area since it's a large creature. You step on it with one foot and just like, I don't know, kick the actual leg, and then it. I don't know, man. I don't know. But
What about if it flies?
we're getting much deeper. We're getting much deeper into this than
Thank
I
you.
thought we were gonna get. So I haven't thought about a lot of this in that much detail. It's always been more surface level. But my answer's always been and will forever remain until somebody effectively
Changes
persuades
your mind.
me in a different direction that it will be. would rather fight one horse-sized duck because I have one thing to focus on.
Yeah, that's
versus,
for sure.
do I want to get swarmed by 100 duck-sized horses? Like, it's not 10, it's not 20, it's 100 of them.
Yeah, because I'm assuming one kick to a duck-sized horse
Probably
ain't
isn't going to
do
cut it, right?
Getting
Yeah.
back up.
Ain't gonna do it. That thing's gonna come right back at your ankles.
All right.
And horses have chompers too. That would fucking hurt.
Yeah, more
You're
than just a
fucked.
bill.
Yeah,
man.
you're fucked if you have to fend off 100 duck-sized
Yeah, they're
horses.
meatballs. They're fucking dude. You get a Kentucky Derby fucking horse, you're screwed.
Right, even if it's the size of a duck. So here's another fun question. So are we all team one horse-sized duck?
Yeah.
Is that
I
is that
am.
where we're at?
Yeah,
Sure.
you guys convinced me. You persuaded me.
Sweet. I'm gonna have to rub that in Brenna's face later because she still doesn't
Why
understand.
is Bergman calling me? Sorry.
Doesn't understand that 100
That's tough.
duck-sized horses would not be a good time. I mean, I don't think either of them would be a good time, but there's also another good question that actually, shout out Brenna, my better half, has brought to me of how many toddlers do you think you could take on before you were overwhelmed?
Like to take care of them?
No, like
The
they're
kill?
okay. You guys are both on such different sides of the spectrum. Let's meet in the middle. Like they're coming at you, but they're toddlers.
There wouldn't be any amount.
You think you could just infinitesimally take on toddlers?
Infinitesimally. Until I died, until I was exhausted from punching my fists through their face.
Okay, so how many toddlers?
Is this also is this a no weapon
Yeah,
situation?
we're gonna keep it. We'll keep a constant of no weapons, no exterior weaponry.
You can only go as far as your physical will take you.
I mean,
Eventually,
one
you're
punch
going to meet
is one kill,
exhaustion.
right?
Yeah.
Oh my
One
gosh.
punch, one kill.
What is up with the?
Well, here's the thing.
What is up with the murderous intent today?
I mean, if we're gonna go, we're gonna go all
This
the
is
way.
the question.
Baby.
Am I
can't-
wrong? What else is the question?
if
if they're attacking you,
You're talking about combat,
What are you-
right? You're talking
we're
about hand-to-hand
talking about
combat.
yeah, but you don't have to kill them.
Okay,
they can
can
just
I
be,
just
They
walk
can be
away?
rendered. No, you have to fight them.
okay.
They have
well,
to be-
then
but
that's
you
why
can-
we're talking about that. That's why
You don't
we're
have to
talking
kill
about
them. They can be
punching.
rendered unconscious. All right, you know
Okay.
what? Whatever. How many toddlers do you think you
I
can take
think
on?
give me 2,000. That's easy work.
That's a lot of toddlers.
Easy work.
All right.
I'll just fucking
That's a
step
good
on 'em.
number. I like 2,000.
Toddlers are like 5 or 6. We're not talking about.
Toddlers to me is I can't talk yet.
Here's the question: do they have
No,
baby
that's an
teeth?
infant.
Do they
No.
have baby teeth yet?
Do y'all know what look up the age range of a
I
toddler?
don't.
It's like
I
4
don't-
to 6.
no,
I don't want that in my search
I
history.
bet you are probably
I'm
right.
pretty sure a toddler's like 4 to 6.
Well, let's ask Spencer. He's still one.
I think toddle means
Spencer,
that you're
how old are you?
walking. Toddle means like you're toddling along.
1 to 3 years old is it?
Okay.
Oh, okay.
See, so
okay, 1 to 3.
I'm
okay.
punting kids. I'm punting.
Yeah, that's
them.
easy.
Is an infant 4 to 6 then?
Probably birth.
There's a
to-
category.
birth to-
There's a
birth to 12.
categorization of like all of
Birth
that.
to 1.
I get. Yeah, that would probably be an infant. Infant toddler.
Yo, is that so?
0 to 1.
Okay. Well, I don't
Spence,
know
is
anything.
that going still?
Yeah, I can see it in the mirror. I'll tell you if it stops.
Cool. I can't tell if it's a circle or a square. You can tell if that's a square.
It's red and it's blinking, so it's on.
Oh, okay. Okay, cool. Yeah, this fucking Bergman fucked up our system. I think he hacked our podcast.
Damn,
Jackass.
Tough L.
Just
Okay.
kidding.
So we got 2,000 toddlers over here.
Oh no.
What's your number?
You think
Dude,
2,000 punches though?
I don't know.
I couldn't punch a punching bag 2,000
Initially,
times. I'd
I was
die.
thinking the age range of like 4 to 6. I don't know why, but
Here's the
1 to
thing,
3
though.
changes things a little bit. But like, if I'm being realistic, I don't know. Now
Dude, here's the thing. Putting your
50?
hand over a toddler's mouth, not that hard. You could do that 50,000 times in a day.
But there's like hundreds of them running at you.
Are they trying to kill me?
Oh no! Important. Well, yes, but important context here. One at a time. But if you don't
Oh.
render them,
That's even
If
easier.
you don't render them like if you don't render them immobile in some capacity, they are added on to the stack. Like they can stack up if you don't take care of them quickly. It's like single file line, not like
You're talking
time
waves.
intervals.
You're talking waves.
No, it's single file line. They're coming at you.
Okay,
Like
okay.
they're not spaced out. They're not intervaled. But like as soon as you don't render them unconscious, they will continue to.
Here's something I didn't think about. I'm pretty sure they still have soft spots at that age.
You know what? Now
I'm
that I
putting
think
my
about
finger
this,
in the
this
soft
is-
spot.
I'm taking this one back to the workshop because there's a
Yeah.
lot that needs to be worked on.
See,
here.
we're just poking holes so you're ready for the
And
next
that's
time.
okay.
No,
We
I'm not
appreciate
even
that.
trying to poke holes. I mean, that's just how I'd handle
Well, that's
the
how you get
situation.
to a logically sound conversation. is
Yeah.
You poke holes.
That's Socratic dialogue. No. Socratic dialogue is being a dick and asking a bunch of questions, right?
So I don't know. I'll come back when I come back the third time to the pod. We'll have that reworked. We'll take it back to the drawing board.
Those are good questions.
We'll get some more context.
Those are fun.
The first question though, just straight up, you don't get any additional context. 1 horse-sized duck or 100 duck-sized horses.
Yeah,
We had a great answer to that. We were at Cerise Rooftop, which is on the top of the Virgin Hotel downtown, and we were there for
ballin'.
Jonah's birthday not too long ago, and this we had one of those tables that had swings, and there were only a couple of us sitting there, and it was a big table, so people kept coming up to us and asking if they could sit there, take pictures on the swings. We were like, yeah, whatever, we don't care, but you have to answer our question.
Yeah.
So we'd ask that question every time. And this couple who was originally from Chicago, live in LA now. The husband was from the UK. Wife grew up in Chicago before moving to LA.
Is this
We're back visiting. No, this was like
Alaria's bosses?
no, it wasn't. But
That's the same setup.
It is the same setup. That's funny. But we asked the question and he answers it and he goes, he said something so incredibly friendly, like along the lines of, well, I feel like it'd be easier to take care of 100 duck-sized horses because you can just give them baby carrots. We're like, that's not the question. But
We ain't taking care of them.
we're not. They are not friendly.
We're fucking slaughtering them.
Take care of, neutralize.
But it's always you get a question, you get an answer out of left field like that sometimes. And it's like it was worth asking the question.
That's a fun question. I'm definitely going to use it in the future.
Please feel free.
Have you guys heard the? I forget the opposition to it, but it's basically a slug that for the entirety of its life
It chases
is trying
you
to
for
chase
your entire life, and it catches you. You die.
Or would you take
Right.
that on
Don't remember the other
for
one,
what's
yeah.
your number for that? What's your number?
Oh,
To
like
have
how
that.
much money?
So-
Yeah, money wise.
I poked holes in it myself. So here was my thinking. I was like, yeah, I would do that. I'll stay away from the slug. What happens if you travel? What if you move to Australia? How's it going to go to Australia?
Oh.
I mean, you could go to Miami, get on a barge.
Okay, so it has a brain.
Let's
as
say
well.
it's sentient enough
no.
to understand travel
It
internationally.
always has you geolocated.
Well,
it
then no-
always knows
then-
where you
and
are.
it will, regardless of the means, it will get there.
It will get there.
Yeah, it would be way more than $1 million then, because
Think about how much.
2 million?
way more, because
Talking Billy's?
I would
Let's-
500 million.
I'd have to
Because
actually calculate
here's-
how fast a slug moves
here's
to know
the
how
thing.
much time I can be in one place before I have to move
That's
again.
the thing, yeah.
My dissatisfaction with that and why I would need so much money is because you're basically signing up for the rest of your whole entire life. You have a responsibility and like you're always running from something. So like think about times you're like, oh, I have the whole weekend. I'm going up to this wedding this weekend, right? Like we're gonna let loose. It's like no, you have to fucking think about which plane is that slug getting on? How is it gonna get to me?
That's
so you would never
true.
be able to detach from every responsibility ever. So like I
That's the
would need
thing.
a lot of money.
Because no matter how fast a slug moves, it can move
So-
as fast as anything it gets on. It can be
Right.
on a fucking plane wing and be there in fucking 30 minutes after you land in
See?
Sydney.
So I think I have another question though. How big? Like, is it like a
I
regular?
can't go this
This
deep.
big, 2 inches, 2
Is it
inches
a regular
tall.
slug-sized slug? Like you can't even see the.
You would not
No.
notice it in the room. You would not.
I don't know
notice it
if
in
I
this
could
room.
have enough money to do that.
But here's the thing. There's a
I would
number.
hyper focus on it too much. My OCD wouldn't allow for that to happen.
Here's the
It
thing.
would be billions of dollars.
There's a number that you reach that will allow you to become impervious to the snail. That's my
Are
poke in
you-
the hole. If you have $500 million, you could hire 50 people to be with you
Is
at
it a
all
lump
times. Security.
sum up front? Is it
Lump
paid out
sum.
in increments?
No,
Lump sum
lumpy.
up
You get
front?
lumpy.
Ooh.
Get
Okay.
the old lumpy sum.
See, we're putting too much criteria on these questions, I
Yeah.
think.
I'm just saying that's how I would do it. I would get 500 million. I would hire 50 dudes to always track this snail, and they would always tell me where it was. What's going on here?
TJD,
Trace?
Yeah, just have a private security to actually.
friend of the pod.
Fuck, I forgot he's on the Golden State
Yeah.
Warriors.
Crazy,
He's been on the pod a couple times.
Late drafts, huh?
57th. Man's making his money. Man signed a
He was
2-year
mad.
That's not too
guarantee.
He tweeted about it. He was pissed. He said, I'm going to prove it to y'all.
He got 2 years guaranteed on the roster though. So
That's nice.
Do you not always get 2 years
He,
guaranteed?
I don't know the specifics of NBA contracts, but he's like, I think his deal means he can't get Yogi Ferrelled basically. And and
Fucking Yokes.
he's gonna be on their roster unless they trade him.
What do you think Yogi's doing these days?
Oh, he's fucking chilling. I'm sure he's doing something basketball related. He might be playing
Coaching.
overseas. I don't know. I mean, he played in the NBA for 2 years.
Spence, do you know what Yogi's doing?
I do not.
I don't have a single clue.
So we got married.
That's chill.
Okay, he's busy.
He believes in the institution of marriage. Sick.
Where are we at over there?
52.
52.
Perfect.
Green.
Let's land this plane. Let's take it home,
Do
boys.
we have any
52.
other scenarios like you had for me last time?
Oh, yeah, with the ones where I said, does it make you anxious? I said murder.
Yeah. That was, generally speaking, yes, murder makes me anxious. But do you have any new ones this time?
I didn't really think about it, but watch this. All right, so
But watch this.
so check this out. Would you rather fly in space or do you want it in the format of does it make you anxious? I can do that too.
Whatever you want to throw at me, I'm fine with.
How about this? What planet would you want to live on other than Earth if you had to in the solar system?
Oh, Saturn.
Saturn, nice.
Saturn or
Are we taking into account
Saturn
their
or
current
Jupiter?
state
Off the top of the dome, boom. And then you're going to have to
Saturn
defend
or
it.
Jupiter?
Find ways.
other than Earth?
Yeah, Earth has been infected by bacteria that is the size of ducks.
Mars, most logical.
Yeah, Mars is pretty
Mars.
solid.
I heard there's rivers on Mars, so I'm going there.
That's solid. Here's another question. Do you think that black holes in the center of galaxies are just portals for intelligent beings to utilize, and they're just popping up in different galaxies, and that's how they
I think it's
move so quickly?
I think
and beat
it's
the
more
speed of light?
science related.
It's not as simple as just going in a hole, popping out another one. It's not Mario Brothers.
I think there's causation behind them.
I don't know what that means, but yes, yeah.
I would
I
say.
thought about that today. I thought
would
that might
say
be a cool way.
for sure. I mean, scientifically, I'm going to reference a great show by Dan Harmon and Justin Roiland, but I would say
Yeah.
they're absolutely portals for sure.
I would like it.
It'd be crazy. It would also, I mean, all it would really prove is that we, as humans, are not intelligent beings because we can't do it.
Yeah, I don't think we're intelligent at all.
So
With everything that's
we're all
going
just
on.
big
Well,
sacks of meat running around
Yeah.
getting drunk
Relative to the, I mean, like think about
on
it.
a
Like
floating space rock.
if there's like a species that's been around for 1,000 years longer than us, they know 1,000 years, 10,000 years, 100,000 years.
Right.
There's a species somewhere in the universe that's been around 1,000,000 years longer than us. Like, what does that look
Do
like?
we think that other intelligent life
Yeah, they're
forms
called
who
LeBron
have?
James.
Wow, that's crazy, bro.
What'd you say, Calvert?
I was gonna say, do we think that other intelligent, sentient life forms that have been around for that much longer than us also face cataclysmic level events?
Well, I think at that level you can just be anywhere, at any time. You probably build mobile like planets out in the solar system that are just sick as fuck.
We haven't found any sentient beings outside of Earth yet, though.
I know.
We have
Maybe we just
indicators.
haven't looked far enough. Maybe we just don't have the technology to look far enough.
Oh, I mean, I think there are. I just don't think. I mean, we don't have any true evidence other than
Right.
Not true. Yeah. for
From a
sure.
very specific, logical,
Yeah,
scientific
yeah,
perspective,
yeah.
we don't
But
have
there's-
anything. Yeah.
you know, there's the signs out there. But okay, so on topic. Probably end with this unless you guys have anything to add. I have a trivia question to throw at you. Spencer's got to keep his mouth shut because he knows the answer.
Let me put this computer down so you don't call me a cheater.
And he can also help me with the question if I state it incorrectly. But
Shoot.
Triv Quest, which periodic element is found in the composition of asteroids? Right? Was that it?
But there's got to be multiple.
We didn't make the trivia question.
I mean, I bet you.
Well, I'm sure it's got to be a metallic.
That's what I was
Iron.
along the same thing.
It's going to be one of those like
iron.
lower table, like 2-row elements down there that are like not directly attached to the table but are below the table. I was initially going to say argon because that was what came to mind, but I don't think that's right.
Argon, asteroid.
That's
yeah.
a gas, a noble gas. Argon.
Is it?
Noble.
I'm not a science guy.
I know that one. All right, what's the answer? We're not going to know.
Iridium, right?
I think so.
Yeah.
Iridium?
Iridium? Sounds a lot like Iridium. What was that game that had Iridium in it?
Half-Life?
Half-Life? The game Half-Life?
The Alien game?
Yeah, maybe that was it. I feel like Iridium's been on actually a lot of stuff.
Iridium sounds sick. It's a cool element
Right.
to say, to reference.
It's purple. Oh, Borderlands. That's what I'm thinking of.
Oh, I
It's
never played.
Borderlands. It's
My
Iridium.
brother played, and I walked in, and I go, this looks sick.
It might not be Iridium. I don't know. My brain has not been here tonight. My apologies.
That's all right. None of us have brains because we're just in the now, experiencing the now,
Floating on a space rock.
putting stuff out into the universe.
Flying,
All right.
trying.
I don't know that.
There's not a
I do that all the
star.
time on this podcast.
What's that?
I'll just
Randomly
sing
burst into
into
song.
the mic. That was a good round. I mean,
Yeah, I think
ended
it was
with
good.
some trivia.
Fun time. That was a fun time.
Short one. It'll
A couple
be easy
things
to
we didn't get
digest,
to
as
that I
we
really
said.
wanted to cover, but
We got time.
I'm kidding. No, that was a good one.
Cool.
We're rolling out. We're headed to C-Bus tomorrow.
Yep. Shout out Logby.
Shout out to the
Morgan and Shelby.
C-Bus community.
Oh, shout out Matt East. Happy birthday, Matt East.
Today's his birthday?
It's Maddie's birthday.
Fuck, I
Yeah.
gotta call him.
This one's for you, Matt.
It is July 13th. Look at that. We're
Damn.
Shitty friends. Thanks
Oh,
for the
you
reminder.
know it off the top of the dome?
I looked at my
I got you,
watch.
Matt.
Oh.
Thanks
Got
for
it.
tuning
Randall
in.
had to say it, so
Thanks, guys.
Peace.
thank you.
Peace.